Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Monday, September 18th, 2023. I am on my way home from Kitech Automation. Had a good day getting things wrapped up and ready for or from the trade show, and just moving projects forward and all that fun stuff. It was a good day. It's always amazes me how interconnected we are. So like today, a number of conversations and moving projects forward and reached out to people, and now we've got to wait for those people to have their own conversations, process the plans we sent them, everything we sent over, and then get back to us with a decision. And that's true of everything. And I think it's amazing how we miss this critical step as part of our society. We forget that things are not instantaneous. A lot of things can be instantaneous because of technology and the way it works. But most things, if they require time and thought, most things will not work without time to process. And that's, I think, one of the biggest mistakes small businesses make, is we don't give ourselves enough time to figure stuff out, make decisions, process those decisions, and get it to a place where it's ready to go. So if you are a small business owner, I would highly recommend you look at how much time are you allocating to doing these things. Because in business, the first sale is made by the sales team. Every subsequent sale is made by the production team. People go to McDonald's because they know production will be very similar. They are not going there for the healthiest meal. They're not going there for the best tasting meal. They're going there because they know what to expect. And that is true of every business. So if you have a problem with high turnover, my first thought is look at what do you consider sales? When does production start? And are you producing based on what you're selling? Because a lot of businesses sell an idea, a concept, a theory, but then they don't produce that same theory. They don't operate under that same mindset. And then the client doesn't get what they were expecting, and you lose the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth sale. See, sales is not about selling someone once. You've got to sell them and keep them sold for as long as you can. That's why I believe consumer packaged goods, CPG products, are such valuable businesses, because they're literally designed to produce something that someone consumes quickly. And once it's been consumed, they have to produce it or go buy it again. Think about bread, milk, anything you buy at the grocery store. We're constantly buying the exact same stuff. I buy the same loaf of bread week after week after week. It's why it's such a powerful business model. It's because of the repeat customers. So look at, what are the repeat customers in your world? What does that look like? How do you get to repeat customers? How do you get your customers the results they want, so they look at your They look at you as an investment into the future of their business and not a cost center. I have been seen as a cost center in a lot of businesses. I've been seen as an investment in a lot of businesses. The difference, I would say, is in how it was presented, in how I presented it, and the value I brought once I was on the team. Because as soon as you stop bringing value to the team, it is now the team's responsibility to decide if you should be a part of that team or not. It's totally up to the team. And as a team member, you should be looking for, how can I make the best out of this? How can I do the very best I possibly can when it comes to being a part of this team? And that's something I've seen a lot of businesses get that first sale or a sale, but if your production isn't, how do I say that, isn't in line with what the client believes they are buying, you will not get another sale. They won't keep buying. If they don't see your cost as an investment, they'll stop buying. And a lot of people don't realize this. So anyone, if your business is having trouble with client retention or client turnover after someone's already bought, chances are it's your expectations that are out of line and need adjusted. Once you adjust your expectations and the client expectations and get everybody on the same page, now people know what they're getting into. And that's the important piece of business, is, do you know exactly what you're getting into? Because that's how you determine where we go from here. That's how business owners determine where we go from here. And if the team that hired you, if the person that hired you doesn't see the results of what you got hired to do as the type of quality they're looking for, you've lost the opportunity. You've got to be there, and you've got to help the client get the ROI they expect. The bigger your organization, the less important this is. Apple, you know what to expect when you buy an Apple phone. You know what to expect when you go to a car dealership. Every car dealership is different, but we still know what to expect. So that's something I've been thinking a lot about lately. And are you really lining out the value you bring to the table in a way that makes it easy to buy and keeps people buying? One nice thing about the type of project work we do at Kitech Automation is these projects are extremely customized. It takes us a long time to even plan out what we're doing, let alone do it. So it's excuse me. There's a lot going on there. But one way or another, your production dictates how long people stay clients. Doesn't matter who closed them, doesn't matter how, doesn't matter how long they've been a client. Once your production starts going downhill, the client will start looking to move on. Because we're all looking to accomplish our goal and save as much as we can. it's human nature. It's how we're all designed. So you got to figure out how do we become part of this team as quickly as possible and add as much value to the team as possible. We got to get the team needs to want you to be on the team, because anyone can sabotage you or your strategy or your plan. Anyone. It is all it comes down to is what they need to say or do or anything like that. So I've been thinking a lot about that today as we're working through follow-up, working through wrapping up some of these projects and figuring out the best path forward. I met Enduring Ventures is an employee-owned holding company, which is exactly what I was trying to do with employee-owned investment firm. So it's 100% ESOP. I met him through X or Twitter. I'm meeting with the CEO tomorrow just to have a conversation, see what they're doing. But it's really cool to see someone else having similar ideas to what I'm trying to do. I'm really excited about that relationship, to hear what all he's doing, how he's doing it, and who knows, maybe there's some synergies between what we're doing here at Kitech and Enduring Ventures, or any of these other organizations that I'm meeting. So Saturday, I posted my birthday journal entry. So I'm starting to try and post these journal entries on a regular basis. My hope is to actually post today's journal entry today. Wouldn't that be swell? So I'm working on getting more consistent with my journal entries, putting them out there for the world to see. And my hope is, as we do this, as I'm putting this content out there, I'll start to attract people who believe similar to how I believe. They believe time is the most valuable asset on the planet. You can never relive time, and the team you decide to be a part of during your time is the most important decision you make every day. So I'm really looking forward to getting this message out there and starting to promote our Christmas ornament subscription box. We got the first Christmas ornaments. They're looking super cool. And before you know it, we're going to be rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. And it's going to be a blast. But until then, I'm just going to be here driving my Tesla around. This is my birdcage goal. I got it from Albertsons. It's a Tesla. Whoop, whoop. So someday I will have my own Tesla. Until then, I'll drive around my Tesla. Isn't that fun? So, if anybody else is in the Tesla club, let me in. Anyways, it was a good day overall. Lots happening. Lot coming up in the future. And it will be an absolute blast to see where it all goes. With that said, I am going to say good night. I hope you had a fantastic day. And if I can do anything for you, reach out. Let me know.